Hey there, and welcome back to this episode, Thursday Q&A, where I tackle your top questions, the questions that are pressing on you because you're ready to take action. I'm going to give you some clear steps. Today's question is a good one. Should I put all the resources I provide on my website behind a gated section or just a few? And if not, what should I do with the rest? Here's my answer. This is such a good question. Thank you so much for setting it in. But before I answer yes or no, or maybe, let me define what gated means. Gated means that instead of offering information that is all over your website that's easy for everyone to see, should you require an email so that you can send people the information? And one way to think of that is gated. Another way to think of that is considerate. Okay, so is it gated? Yes. If you're going to put together resources that someone else is going to find useful, you are providing a free resource, you are a lovely person. Congratulations to you and to me for knowing you. Here's why gated is a leading moniker. It's because it makes it sound like you are keeping information from people who should have access. That's not true because you are not a media company. You are not a news provider. And even so, if you're the New York Times, they'll give you a couple of free resources, a couple of free articles, I think 5, and then you have to pay for your subscription, right? All you're doing is offering a free resource. And in doing that, you're doing someone a solid. You're helping them. The considerate part of providing a resource that you will send to someone's email is that they don't want that resource right then and there. They really, really don't. They want 1 or 2 pieces of information, which you can put on your blog, which is just a web page that's just text. But also, yes, your resources should be gated. You should have an opt-in page that explains what the benefit of that resource is for people if they're trying to streamline their trip to the grocery store, which, God bless me, I need to because I could get lost in there. And plus, nobody talks to you and it's all quiet, and I hate grocery shopping. Also, you want people to receive the resource that you know they want in the place where they want to receive it, which is in their email. If you provide the information just willy-nilly on your website, they're not going to cut and paste the information into a text to themselves. You think you're providing, oh, I'm just going to provide it and it's free and it's on my website. That's not how people want the information. They want a resource that they can use, a checklist that they can print out. And likely they are looking at your website on their phone. So when you're asking them to download something right then and there, that's not how they want it. A lot of people assume that visitors want immediate access, but it's actually a terrible user experience. Most people don't want to download files directly to their phone, and considering that 70% of your website visits are on people's phones, it's a problem. Here's the best approach. Create a simple page on your website, and we call it an opt-in page. Only ask for someone's first name and their email address. You don't need their last name. You don't need their phone number. No extra fields. Keep it simple. You could even opt to only ask for their email address. But I like first name because we're on a first name basis and it's friendly. And they're the ones who knocked on your website door. So assume that they want to be friendly. Once they submit their details, an email is already set up to automatically deliver the resource straight to their inbox, which is great, which means that you don't have to be there to respond to them at 2:30 a.m. because they're in Dubai and you're in LA and so on. Once they have it saved, now you've built a connection. Gravy. Then you use a thank you page after they opt in. So as soon as they hit submit, your website is set up to automatically then show the thank you page that says, hey, we've delivered this to your inbox. If you wanted to, you could embed that resource there for immediate access. But again, that's not really how people want their information. They just want you to send it to their email. So I would not do that. Also, you want to make sure that since they did opt in, they are looking where they're expecting to look. So I really wouldn't, it's confusing. It's really confusing to folks when you say submit here and then the resource is available right in their face. They're like, no, but I wanted you to send it to my inbox. So don't do that. This way, you're not just handing out freebies willy-nilly. You're building relationships, and that's the whole point. To sum it up, yes, provide resources, but provide them in a way that people actually want them. The marketing term is gated or on an opt-in page. Really what you're saying is, give me your phone number and I'll call you, or give me your address and I'll send something to you. People don't want the resource you're providing right then and there because they're busy and they're doing something else. Email delivery is key. Keep it simple. Always think about that person's experience. What are they doing at that time? They don't want all the information that you have right then and there. That is overwhelming. And you are not overwhelming. You are thoughtful and considerate and kind because you're sharing your wisdom. So good on you. Now, if you have a question for next week's Q&A, send it in. In the show notes at the very top, click send me a text and then send me a text with your question. I am here for you always. Until then, keep creating, keep sharing what you know, and remember, you are a big effing deal.